Hi guys, Berry Babe, checking in. Well, yesterday I was 161.6, I think. This morning, are you ready? 158.2. I couldn't believe it. I had been feeling smaller, thinner. Talk about Whoosh Fairy came flying in. So my first goal was 155, and because I've had about 5 pounds of skin removed, I was thinking I needed to hit 150, and I would like to see 148 because then LDW would be 150, and if I hit the 1.5s, it's like pay attention. I don't want 190 to be pay attention. I don't want 180 to be pay attention. I don't want 170 to pay attention. I don't even want 160 to pay attention. I don't ever want to see, 170 again. And I'd like to never see 160 again. Although I know with the way my body works, I may well be up over 160 tomorrow. It may take me a week to get out of 158. I probably will be up tomorrow. This was at 7:30 this morning. I didn't even have to go back to bed. I didn't even have to pee 6 times to get that. But I've been continuing to do a lot of research on this ketogenic diet, and I really believe that P3 comes real close to what the ketogenic diet philosophy is. Basically, you're looking at Atkins induction. Now, if any of you remember Parker, HCG Chick on a Diet, Chick on a Stick, as she would say, she did Atkins induction for her P3, carb limit 20, and she stabilized very well. So sitting here today, I still don't know. It was like 158.2. Oh my God. That's pretty close to 155. When I was 160 something, 155 seemed forever away, especially since I was taking a week to get from one place to the other. So I don't know if I want to stabilize, if I want to stop HCG at 155 and then use the keto down to 148, or whether I just want to get to 148 and then use that and try and stabilize. I'm nervous about getting to 148 and starting the keto and then not doing it right and still losing more weight. I'm worried about losing more weight. But then again, I'm worried about hitting the 155 and then not losing weight, because I looked at the parameters and what my macros would be in order to lose weight. And to lose weight quickly, 7 carbs. I don't think I can do 7 carbs. I don't even well, I definitely just my 2 chewy calciums would have to go. I could deal with that for a little while. I can switch to the protein powder. I still need to do supplemental protein. I can switch to the protein powder that will give me fewer calories, hopefully for the same hit. But I sent an email to my bariatric nurse asking her, because of the DS component, I malabsorb protein and fat. And last time we were with her, she said, well, you've been out for quite a while, and I had my DS component in 09. Your body has compensated a lot, but I don't know how much it's compensated. So I try to get in a minimum of 90 grams of protein, and my blood test protein is in the good range, but it's in the low good range. So I'm afraid if on the keto, if you go over what you need in protein, your body will convert it to sugar, which will trigger insulin, which will kick you out of ketosis. So it's not for P3, it's not critical that I be in heavy ketosis. I just need to put the carbs down. And the first goal is to get through P3. I'm hoping, though, that doing the ketogenic diet, I can reset my insulin resistance. And I know I am because I was diagnosed diabetic. I've done a lot of, between yesterday and today, some doctor seminars, and there's high correlation with insulin resistance then moving into type 2 diabetes. And there was one doctor that was talking about sounded like resetting, using the keto diet to reset your metabolism, because he talked about when you go low calorie with exercise, your body then gets used to lower calorie, and when you try to go back to normal, your body wants to follow when you raise your calories to what they were, because it has gotten used to the lower level. Whereas P3, it sounds like Simeon's way before his time, or maybe not, because they talk about the Bantam did low carb way back when, and then it kind of got lost, and Atkins revitalized it. But it may not be the P2 that does the reset. It may be that P3 that actually does the reset. That's why we can lose in P2, and if we don't do P3, we're screwed. We don't do P3 right. So as far as cheating in P3, I have a feeling that you cheat in P3 and you're screwed. I don't know whether then you have to start all over again and get 3 weeks, so you have a continuous 3 weeks, if that's what it takes to reset. So I just really know that with the insulin resistance, any carbs I eat, I get a bigger hit because the insulin doesn't work on it. I may have a lot of insulin in my system, but it doesn't work on it. And so I get a bigger hit. So I eat it and it's like, goes up, and then it drops me, bang, and then I have to have more to bring me up. And so that's an addict. It was talking about, one of the doctors was talking about even antibiotics. If you take enough antibiotics, you become resistant to them. So insulin, if you have excess insulin coming all the time, which I've eaten a lot of crap, a lot of sugar for a lot of my life, then you become insulin resistant and it doesn't work for you anymore. It just kind of lets the sugar circulate in your system. So a lot of talking. I've looked at that you can test your ketones with blood meter. You can do the pea sticks, but they said they work for about 2 weeks. And then you kick over into this other substance, and so the pea sticks don't check right anymore. There's a blood strip that you can use, but the strips are like $5 a piece. The monitor's $30, the strips are like $5 a piece. And in reading reviews, there are a lot of error messages. And then there's this blow-in one that is new. I just watched the guy that developed it, a Swedish engineer who developed epilepsy, and he designed this so he could follow keto for his own health. And so there was also a woman on, a professional skier, who had a huge brain tumor, and instead of chemo and radiation after they had surgery, she's done keto and she's stayed cancer-free. So this is a pretty powerful, they don't call this a diet, they call it actually hormone therapy, which isn't it what we call HCG. So I don't know, because of the DS, I malabsorb fat, which means that it may just run right through me. One good thing was I wouldn't have constipation issues, but the other thing is I may not be able to hold on to enough. Although I have been looking at online at fat bombs. Oh heavens, if you have to eat chocolate delight and lemon truffles in order to stay on your diet. Wouldn't that be tragic? But this woman that uses the breathing one said that she would eat something and then rinse her mouth out and then breathe into it, and she was out of ketosis. So like she can't use coconut oil because it kicks her out of ketosis. Yet MCT and coconut oil is one of the things that's supposed to help you burn fat and get into ketosis. So there's just so much. I've ordered the book designed for the doctors about this. I have one ketogenic diet, but it's really designed for parents, for children of epileptics. And it was the only book that was around when I started looking. And I ordered one other something. I don't remember what that was. So that's where I am. I will keep you posted. Whatever I do plan to vlog every day through P3 because I've never done P3. I've been on probably 36 rounds. I'm not exaggerating. That would be a low estimate. And without much space, maybe 2 months was the most I went between rounds. And the same weight over and over and over. That's why it was such a pleasure to break 160. I can do this. You know, I think that the gods were just saying, nah, 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 here we are. Are you going to cheat? Are you going to cheat? Are you going to cheat? No, I'm not going to cheat. Leave me alone. And finally they decided to shine on me. So, thank you. Anyway, like I said, I could end up sitting here for another 3 weeks, but that's where I am. So I'm continuing. There are a lot of things on. If you put in, there's a whole LCHF will take you to a lot of medical people giving talks. And it really is interesting to read about the insulin, insulin resistance, carb craving. So those of us that know we are carb addicts and sugar addicts, I really suggest that you start looking into insulin resistance, and not necessarily to do the high fat, low carb, but just to hear what some of these doctors are saying, especially about diabetes and how it occurs and a lot of the obesity. When we went to low fat, high carb, that's when America got fat. And when we go to high fat, low carb, that's when America's thinning down. So I have done Atkins several times with success. The first time, just like with HEG, the first time was gold. After that, I had a hard time. But I did manage to get 40, 50 pounds off at a time, but I couldn't maintain it. So I don't know. It would be wonderful if I can actually reset my metabolism so that I can eat a Ritz cracker and my body doesn't scream, so where's the rest of the box? You know, so where were the chips? So let's go get ice cream. That I could just have some soup with some crackers and be finished. Whether I can't comprehend of that, but I can hope for that. And wouldn't it be wonderful if it could pull it off? And it may be that I could pull it off for a while and then have to go back and do the low carb reset. That might be an alternative to HCG, because those people can lose a pound a day too. So that's all for now. I'll check in tomorrow. I don't have a clue what it'll be. I want to thank all of you that have been so supportive while I've been going so slow. And I guess I just want to say to the people who are also going so slow, had I given up like I usually did when I got to the point where I was in the low 160s and I stalled, I'd have been eating again and back up again, and I've been doing it all over again. So thank God I hung on. So I'm almost out of time. Bye for now.